Good morning. Thank you, Diane, that was beautiful. My name's Jayne. I'm going to be the service coordinator for you today. Today we have a very full and exciting service, so it's either going to go really smoothly or not. And either way, it's okay. We have some beautiful poems to be read, and also the moving spirit dancers are going to be with us today as well, so I'm very excited to see them. But logistics first. So, welcome. There's lots of goings on here at North Chapel. Please take a moment to go through your order of service today, and you'll see everything that's going on. One of the things that I must remember to tell you is that we have the blood drive, and we have posters for the blood drive, and the posters are out in the back. Please take one, post it wherever you can, and then we can spread the word. And then I believe, Mary, you also have an announcement?
Good morning. Actually, two. We will have pizza night this Wednesday, so please come. And the second is the permaculture garden, which we're turning into an edible garden. Anne is here today, and we're going to meet after church and look at the garden and think about where to put blueberry bushes and things of that sort. So if you have any interest, please join us after church at the garden. Thanks.
Thank you. Any other announcements? Going once, going twice? Great. Just to remind you all that there's coffee hour downstairs after service, where we can visit with each other and get a cup of coffee and tell the dancers how much we really enjoyed the performances. And then if you are new here or visiting, we welcome you to sign the guest book at the back. And then the thing I always forget, silence your phone, please. Yay, okay. And then, of course, Tatum is here to do spiritual exploration. Thank you, Tatum. So the children will be going downstairs. We're on the 1st of June, so we get a brand new theme today. If you flick to the front of your service, order of service, you'll see this worship theme for June. And I want to read the writing that this theme actually was based on and kind of came a little bit from. It's a writing called "The Resistance is the Secret of Joy" by Alice Walker. The theme of joy has been reverberated as a holy echo in my life over these past months. Joy feels like one of the most compassionate offerings I can hand over to the depths of my soul, which in many moments on many days is throbbing with anger and overwhelmed beyond what I can explain. The most obvious explanation is simply that I'm paying attention. Also, maybe puberty's bookend, menopause. My clearest observation about the joy bouncing around inside of me, is that she is never by herself, and her unlikely companions surprise me. Sorrow and suffering, fear and fraudulence, pain and perseveration. How joy has the audacity to sidle up to these unlikely characters is beyond me. I'm in awe when she appears like a grace beyond my own doing. It's a wonder when she arises like a gift beyond my own deserving. And I am becoming more aware of my own agency in inviting joy's emergence. As I attune my attention to the reality of the world and my own life, it helps me figure out my intention, the attention that has more to do with the how than the what. How am I going to show up in my life? How do I want to live out my values in the process of my own transformation? How do I hold all of life's complexities while trying to show up as my whole self? As I deepen my intention, my agency, my power rises up, showing me the possibilities. One of the possibilities is always joy. I can choose her or not. She's not a bypass of everything in this world that's hard to hold and feel. She is a tool that helps us grapple with their reality. She's like finding something you thought you'd lost forever. She's like a rain falling on parched, cracked ground. She's like a person at a party who approaches you when you're feeling lonely. I can choose her. I can, and I do.
One morning, the road lets go. Ice into mud, we step outside, wave to the mailman as he sets his first deep tracks. What was gray is now honey, worth saving, hoarding. The light that pours through forces open screen doors, beckons us to the front stoop as the dog uncurls. The donkeys stand far from the trees. The meadow roof groans its pleasure and flies crawl from the chinks. We drink the light in gulps, greedy for the lengthening afternoons.
Good morning. I just want to say that the poet who just read, Brooke James, is in our Wednesday Poets group, and I've been grateful to have her as one of my colleagues for the past 9 years. I'm Peg Brightman. As spring follows winter, summer follows spring, the seasons of our lives unfold. As age creeps on, I become a season for change. This spring, as my darling Richard turns 90, we are selling our condo and moving to a senior living community somewhere, although much is still unclear. When we reached this decision, I realized then that I wanted to put together one more service of dance and poetry as a thank you to this community of vibrant and warm and wonderful friends who have sustained us and given us such joy over the past many years. In addition to the friendships we found here, the wonderful wealth of talent in the Upper Valley has been a great joy, and I've been fortunate in being able to draw upon that for the wonderful dancers who perform with me and have performed in the past. Although I can no longer dance, I can still see it enough. And I can see them in my mind's eye, and I can still write poetry with the help of others. So here is my thank you gift to you. I'd like to now move to the words of E.E. Cummings, who I think cannot be outdone as a poet of spring. In just spring, when the world is mud luscious, the little lame balloon man whistles far, and we and Eddie and Bill come running from marbles and piracies, and it's spring, and the world is puddle wonderful. The queer old balloon man whistles far, and we and Betty and Isabel come dancing from hopscotch and jump rope, and it's spring. And the goat-footed balloon man whistles far, and we.
Spring took the long way around this year, like a shy schoolgirl lingering along field's edge as the boisterous ones gather their sleds, hang skates off hockey sticks, suck snow from soggy wool mittens, and wander off. They stayed too long, they know it, but the ice was so black and smooth. They call over their shoulders at the girl hesitating by the stone wall. We're all done here, it's all yours. She waits to be sure they are gone for good. Then holding her skirts high above soft snow, she ambles across the pasture. This is mine now, she thinks, as she breathes her warm breath, such that the maples blush red at their tips, and the last ice melts from the pond.
On one of our many trips, looking for the ideal senior community to live in, Richard and I visited Thornton Oaks in Brunswick, Maine, and here is a poem I wrote about that. Parade at Thornton Oaks, a warm end of May day, and the junior high marching band has come marching up the handsome circular drive to pay its weekly visit. We walk down to join the bevy of white-haired ladies sitting in green plastic lawn chairs, clapping, beating time with their canes. The sunny day washes over the flute players with their long, long hair and the drum players with their snappy beats. They have brought it all to us. And one more poem. This is, if I can find it. It's always a challenge. Called Primavera Comes. Lightly she descends, her feet move toward us over the crest of the Vermont hills. In her footsteps, spring vernal pools. In her hair are golden willow twigs, tangled goldfinches with black barred wings fluttering. As she passes, her breath breathes early violets and crushed grass mixed with notes of wood smoke and diesel. She skirts the dusty tractor, tilting down by the brook. The hem of her garment trails tin cans and gum wrappers. At night, the peepers sing her coming in diminishing chorus, harmonizing with a faint police siren from the next valley. Stars are her sprinkled diadem, Milky Way flowing slow as time through black cutouts of trees, outshone by streetlights. Tattered, rain-blown, discouraged, still she comes to us, arms scattering lilacs.
Contrary to what it says in your program, this is not Bless Your Ordinary Life. It was not written by Peg, and it's not being read by Jayne. This is a poem for Peg. And I will just preface it by saying that 5 years ago, in the beginning of COVID, my husband and I relocated to Montana for a few months. We have a son who lives there, and we go there often. And I don't know what we were thinking. Life was just as shut down there as it was here. And my poetry abilities were equally as shut down. And I remember Peg on one of our Zoom meetings said, just send us a postcard. So here it is. Postcard from Montana. Were I not so distracted by the pelicans flocking south under a sky blanket of gray, their white wings dipped in black ink slicing across the snow-covered hills, or the meadowlark on the rotting fence post calling to the bluebird on the hood of the pickup truck? Were I not so preoccupied with the bald eagle in the cottonwood snag draped over the river flush with snowmelt, chirping to the hooting of the short-eared owl in the bull pasture across the way? Were I not so besotted with the wild flax at my feet, closing their periwinkle petals to the ensuing end of day, I would try, dear Peg, to write you a poem.
A poem for closing, The Guest House by Rumi. This being human is a guest house. Every morning a new arrival, a joy, a depression, a meanness. Some momentary awareness comes as an unexpected visitor. Welcome and entertain them all, even if they're a crowd of sorrows who violently sweep your house empty of its furniture. Still, treat each guest honorably. He may be clearing you out for some new delight. The dark thought, the shame, the malice, meet them at the door laughing and invite them in. Be grateful for whoever comes, because each has been sent as a guide from the beyond. have a wonderful day. Thank you all, and thank you, Peg.